This is a tarot love reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Sag, welcome to Alchemy Ascension. We're going to see what's happening in your love life at the moment. We'll find out where you and your love interests are currently at in your connection, your thoughts and feelings about each other, what you each want from the other. We'll find out the strength in your connection, the challenge in your connection, and the most likely outcome in the near future. We'll go ahead and look at where you're at right now, Sag. So you came up as the Four of Wands, and that was clarified by the Ace of Swords and by the Moon card. So it's possible that you're dealing with a Pisces or a Sagittarius, but what this is telling me is I really feel that you're at this place in life where you know exactly what you want. You have a lot of clarity and conviction for your need to have stability and happiness, which is what's represented here in the Four of Wands. You're really wanting to come together with your person on this level where there's no drama, no other people involved. It's just, two people building on a really strong foundation, which is what's indicated there with the Four Wands. Having that great foundation, happiness, security together, most likely wanting a commitment from them as well. That's definitely a strong impression that I'm getting here. And just to live happily together, to have good times with your friends and family at home and just live a good life together. And you're very clear on what you want. There's no confusion, no question in your mind at all about what you want. Now, with the Moon card, though, coming up, what this is telling me is that I feel there's something that you don't know about with your person of interest. I feel they're keeping secrets from you beyond what you already suspect. And from what I'm seeing in the spread, you're definitely already suspecting, that they have involvement with other people. But I believe it's more serious than what you may know, I'm sorry to say. Where your person is at, I really get the vibe that this is going to be a spread for somebody who has their person essentially on notice. You've kind of had it with their BS, and I think you have this person friend zoned, to be honest. So where they're at right now is the Seven of Cups. So your person right now is feeling very confused by the options in their life. And from what I'm seeing here, those are most likely romantic options. So they are entertaining other people at this moment. And you're here in this place. This is where you're at. So you already have stability in your life. You're wanting somebody who's going to match you and meet you on that level. And this person is over here in the Seven of Cups energy, exploring their options and just distracted by every shiny new person, aka, that walks their way. So you're not happy about that right now. And what clarified the Seven of Cups is the King of Cups. So you may be dealing with a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, or someone in that energy. And this could also speak to the fact that your person does love you. They have a lot of love for you, deep love for you. I just get the feeling that they're not at your level of emotional development, likely your level of spiritual development either, or your spiritual consciousness, I should say. That's the vibe I'm getting from these cards. We also have the the Lover's card, which came up clarifying it. So you may be dealing with the Gemini. And then we had the Six of Wands and the Strength card clarifying as well. So you may be dealing with a Leo with the Strength card. But what I'm really feeling more with this combination of cards is that your person knows that it's time to make a decision here with the Lover's card. They know that time's running out with you, and I think they're preparing to step up to the challenge here. You see how, this guy's kind of like making this offer, but he has a look on his face kind of like, here I am. Is this what you wanted, But he has this kind of a overly confident, cocky look. But yeah, I think he's gearing up to make you this big offer that you want, but I think it's taking too long for you. And you seem to be losing your patience from the other cards that I'm seeing in this spread. But what's telling me more that your person's getting ready to make a decision, that's, what the Lover's card speaks of. It's being faced with a big decision in life or a big decision in love, needing to choose between two. So your person's getting ready to do that, and they want a victory here with the Six of Wands card. I get the vibe that this person's kind of stuck in their ego as well. Like, I don't know, I just get the feeling that the Six of Wands can speak of that, a person that really kind of thrives on public attention or the attention of many. And when you have that coupled with the Seven of Cups, it really kind of drives that notion in. So I think that's one of the things that's making them so hesitant, is that they love the ego validation that they're getting, and they're not looking forward to letting that go, I hate to say. But they're at a point, I do believe, that they're seriously thinking about doing it and trying to do that, because with this Strength card here, it speaks of a person who's using, all of their inner will and determination to overcome their inner beast, to tame their passions, their lusts, their desires. So that's exactly where your person's at right now, is they're getting ready to move past this phase, make a decision, and they're summoning all their strength right now to do that. Now, where you see your person is, this is your thoughts and feelings about them and how you see them. We have the Eight of Swords come up. So you're seeing them as, very true to where they're at right here. See, this person is essentially in the state that she's in, because he's trapped up in his head. Only, this guy's more likely trapped in his ego, because, he sees all these shiny options, and he's at a level of emotional underdevelopment and lack of consciousness that he doesn't yet recognize that although many of us have many options in life and love, those options are not all going to be viable, and you learn that, of course, in life when you try out all these different partners. So the more you get to know yourself, the more you realize you're able to be more discerning and use your wisdom to realize that, it may look like you have a sea of all these enticing options because they're all beautiful and interesting and this and that, but once you really know who you are and what you want, you can filter through that when necessary. And that would be a situation like this, when you have somebody that is a perfect match for you. You wouldn't waste your time jeopardizing a beautiful soul connection just to go explore these options that aren't really going to lead anywhere fulfilling. So you recognize that they're stuck there, they're trapped up in their head, in their ego. They're convincing themselves that, they can't move, that they can't get out of that situation. And they're likely giving you a lot of excuses as to why they can't move forward with you in a stable, exclusive commitment is what I'm trying to say. So you're very aware that this person is giving you, BS excuses essentially, because they could easily remove themselves from that situation here. That's always the message in the Eight of Swords, that these are all representative of thoughts and not actual, physical obstacles. This person could it's always just a matter of summoning the will to move through these uncomfortable obstacles that keep this person in the illusion of being trapped, So, how they see you as exactly who you are, Sag. They see you as the Queen of Wands. This person, first of all, they are definitely very attracted to you. They have a very strong, passionate desire for you. They see you as a very sexy, self-empowered woman. The Queen of Wands is very driven, very assertive, very creative. She's ruled by the fire of her element and the water of her court position. So she has a really beautiful balance, strong and resilient, but yet she's still warm and kind, loving, compassionate. So they see all your best qualities, Sag. And they definitely are aware that you know your true value, most importantly. So they may not be honoring your worth, your true worth at the moment, but they know that you are. So that's the most important thing. Now, as for what you want from them, you want them to man up, to woman up, however that may apply, and to level up to your position, because you're fully empowered. You're operating from a more self-actualized place in life, from a place of knowing exactly who you are and what you want. So you're hoping that they're going to match your energy, that they're going to snap out of that kind of juvenile energy that they're in, and that they're going to come to you as an emperor. Because this is a person that knows exactly what they want. And more importantly, they know how to get it and how to keep it. So you're wanting them to get into this energy so they can cut this out of their life. The Devil card is what we had clarifying the Emperor. So that's representative of this toxic energy that this person is in, because not to say that there's anything wrong with having options and exploring options. We all go through phases where we want to do that, but it becomes toxic when you try to keep somebody in an emotional bond with you and string them along, with essentially emotional manipulation, which is what I'm getting the impression of in these cards. And that's when it becomes a very low vibe thing to do, for lack of a better way to express it. But that's one of the most cruel things you can do to a person. So you recognize that that's a very toxic energy that they're in, and you've had it. You want them to stop toying with your emotions and to meet you on your level. And I believe that's the ultimatum that you've given them. What they want from you is the Lover's card, which I found interesting. And that was clarified by the Queen of Swords. the Seven of Wands, and the Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in the Tarot Apocalypsis. So I really feel that what this is saying, I just pick up a very immature vibe from your person, emotionally underdeveloped. I mean, aside from the obvious reasons that they're, playing these games here with you, the feeling I get from these cards is that your person recognizes that you two have a very strong and powerful soul bond. With the Lovers card showing up here twice, I definitely feel that you two could either be soulmates or twin flames. So what they're doing is they're playing this very cruel, immature, and emotional game based off of that. And I get the impression that they're kind of using that against you rather than seeing that as a reason, all the more reason to cherish you and treat you even better because of the fact that you have this soul bond. They're actually using that as leverage, like, in other words, can't you see, we have this soul bond and you're my soulmate or you're my twin flame. I mean, can't you just be patient with me and let me go have my fun? And, we're always going to be soulmates. And, I'm sure they're using much more choice words than that, but you get the gist. It's something along those lines that this person, they're most likely even saying, unconditional love, throwing something like that at you, like, if you love them unconditionally, then, you would just understand how difficult it is for them to to let go of all these options, or whether it's one option or more. I really feel that they're using that as leverage against you, and I'm sure they're giving you all kinds of excuses as to why they can't break away from whoever they're involved with. But I believe they're wanting you to be patient. But what's more than that, I really feel that this person, they want you to keep being this sexy, fiery, passionate Queen of Wands that they're so drawn to. They love that about you. They feel a very strong sexual attraction towards you. That's also indicated here with the Lovers card. So they want to keep you in this energy, basically holding you to unconditional love. They want you to keep having these passionate moments with them whenever they want, and whenever they want to go out and play. They want you to understand that they want you to feel like that's okay, because you two have a soul bond and they'll be back for you. That is the vibe that I strongly get from this combination of cards, but you are absolutely not having it, because I feel that this is you coming up as the Queen of Swords. You could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone in that energy, or someone with strong placements of that in your chart. But I really feel that this is you standing in your power, not buying into any of that BS. And I feel you've put an ultimatum on this person, like basically, let go of the toxicity, level up, stop emotionally manipulating me, stop using our soul bond against me, and treat you as you deserve, or you're out permanently. And in the meantime, I feel like you have them friend-zoned here with this Princess of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles. And that can speak of a very platonic type of connection. And with this Seven of Wands also coming up, this is a person who's very defensive, who's keeping someone at bay. And I really feel, again, that's you. That really lines up with this Queen of Swords energy. So this is you standing in your power, you know, not accepting anything less than what you deserve. And you're being overly gracious, at least, to give them the offer of friendship. In the meantime, you've given them a limited amount of time to figure it out, but I believe that window's closing quickly. And I think they know, and that's why they're preparing to step it up quickly before they lose you forever. So this is where you're at, and this is what they want from you. Like, just let me get away with anything because I'm your soulmate, you know? Let's keep having these passionate encounters and enjoy each other physically, and I'll run off and have my fun, and we'll meet up again next week, something like that. Yeah, you're done with that. So, interesting though, but this is what I find more interesting here, is that the strength in your connection being the Five of Pentacles. It's an extremely odd placement because this speaks of somebody feeling lack, somebody feeling need, somebody feeling left out in the cold and abandoned. But with this being as a mutual energy, as the strength in your connection, it was clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Wands. So this is speaking of a destined event, something that was fated, that took place. I think that that's honestly speaking of the fact that you two have this soul bond. It's destined here. You two meeting, I strongly got the impression that you two met at a time when you were both feeling very isolated, alone. You were feeling left out in the cold, and then this destined event happened where the two of you met unexpectedly, and it was just this immediate spark of passion between the two of you with this Ace of Wands. It was like an intense burning passion between the two of you that completely melted the ice of the loneliness that the two of you were feeling at that time. And so I think you've had a really intense connection with this person ever since. And I also get the feeling that what this is saying is, although this person seems to not be in a very evolved, phase yet of their life, an evolved level, I should say, yet, that's the impression I'm getting. I have a very strong feeling that this is the universe saying that there's a lot of hope and potential for the two of you regardless, because it was a destined meeting. And I feel like if this person can manage to get to you in time before they completely mess up your connection, I feel that this is saying that the two of you, neither of you will ever be alone again. That once they grow up, so to speak, and realize that they're not losing anything by choosing you, they're gaining everything, then the light bulb's going to go off and they're going to realize what a fool they've been, forever treating you like an option, and they're never going to leave you alone again. I mean, neither of you ever will. I think that this soul bond is so strong that once you make it to having this union together, neither of you will ever let each other go. That's kind of beautiful, actually, in the strength position. So that is what's keeping you two together, even if you're not in a committed relationship at the moment. Now for what we have coming up as the challenge. Now this gets a little bit difficult here because the impression that I'm getting here, Sag, and I hope this isn't the case, but I have to read it like I see it. I already mentioned that I feel there's something that you don't know about in this connection. You're aware, fully aware that this person is out keeping their options open. I feel though that you have more of an impression that it's nothing serious, that it's just, maybe somebody that they've been dating but nothing too serious, or they're out there dating multiple people. But I'm afraid with these cards coming up in the challenge that they may actually have a long-term commitment. I mean, I'm almost certain of it, to be honest. And I'm afraid they're hiding that from you with the Moon card. So the real reason may be that this person is not so quick to jump ship and run off with you into the sunset. Maybe that this person has either a marriage or a commitment of many years. The Hierophant card speaks of exactly that. It speaks of traditional institutions like marriage, higher level commitments. And that was also clarified by actually these two cards came out together in the main spread, and to be honest, they didn't even require clarification because it's so clear to me here. With the Six of Cups clarifying that really just reinforces that notion that I have, because this is a card that talks about past relationships and connections. It speaks of a connection with someone that goes back years. So I feel that they've been involved in this commitment for a very long time, and that's why they're acting or feeling so trapped here. They could end the relationship, of course, but if you were wondering why they're making such a big deal of it, why they're taking so long, that's why. Now, what we have here for the most likely outcome, the talks are getting serious is what I'm picking up here. This is the most likely outcome for the near future. And we got the Nine of Swords. That was clarified by the Princess of Cups, which is the Page of Cups, the Princess of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. So what's about to happen here in the near future is that this person is going to make their shot with you, and they're going to do something to try to essentially buy themselves more time with you, to pacify you, just to make sure that they keep that hold on you while they continue to figure things out on their end with the other people in their life. And so that topic of communication just blows up, essentially. They come to you finally with what you've been waiting for, as far as opening up that discussion of commitment and being with you and how that's all going to work out. And so you guys are going to have a lot of back and forth communication coming up very soon. But what's happening here is that they're not coming to you in this energy that you're needing them to, which is, it's the only thing a Queen of Wands is going to accept, somebody that's either coming at them in a Emperor, Empress energy or a King, Queen energy. But instead they're coming at you as two pages. So, they're thinking that maybe if they add both elements that they can fool you. In other words, well, they're not just going to come at you with passion anymore like I feel they were in the past. They were just coming at you, I feel, from a very playful, flirty, lighthearted, passionate kind of energy. And I think they're thinking, well, I'll mix some more emotion in with that, and maybe that'll buy me more time. So they're starting to open up a little bit more and be more expressive with you, emotionally. And that may have been something that was probably lacking, because I'm not seeing a lot of that. Aside from the King of Cups, I definitely feel that they truly love you, but I don't think they were very expressive with that. And so they're coming to you with this small offer, but again, it's not leading anywhere. And this is the topic of conversation that they're bringing, which is exactly what you were expecting and waiting on, which is this discussion of investing in your future together. That's what the Seven of Pentacles card is about. It's that talk where you're finally getting real and saying, okay, we're putting this much time of our lives into this connection. What is my investment going to get me in return? Where is this going? And they're basically coming at you with the same low-level BS. It's sincere, but it's not nearly enough for you. It's not what you need. They're coming back at you, telling you how beautiful you are and how much they love you and this and that, and trying to seduce you as well. They know you have that strong physical chemistry together with the Lover's card. And I believe they're asking for more time, because I'm not seeing any cards come up of big commitment. And so somebody's left here in this mental anguish with the Nine of Swords card. It's a lot of mental turmoil, anxiety, sleepless nights. And it could be the both of you, but I'm sad to say it's most likely a lot on your end, Sag, but it could be this person as well. They may be realizing how much they're failing you and disappointing you, especially if they're keeping, a lie as big as this from you. That could have them really stressed out, wondering, how long they can keep that from you, or how they can finally tell you about this commitment that they're in. And yeah, this is where things are most likely going to remain for at least, the next month or two, but things could very easily improve after that if you're willing to deal with that. But I don't think you really are, to be honest. You're very much in your power, and standing in your power as the Queen of Wands, there is one thing: the Queen of Wands is not the most patient person. Patience is not a virtue of the Queen of Wands to begin with. You have a huge heart, though. Your capacity for love and compassion and understanding, is second to none. But there is one thing that the Queen of Wands will never tolerate, and that is being made an option. So, that person really picked the wrong kind of issue to try to burden you with, because you will never, a Queen of Wands will never deal with that. And clearly you're not. You've laid down the law, what it's going to take for them to be with someone like you, and it looks like you're not budging. You're holding up your sword of clarity. You want something that's high vibe, and you're not taking anything less. You know, I was talking about this card actually in the Leo reading that I did before this, and I find this image, I've never seen a Queen of Swords depicted this way. It's so interesting. You know, the court cards in the sword suit, they always have the sword pointing upwards, which is symbolic, excuse me, of the truth. It's symbolic of the truth and clarity that the swords represent when they're upright. So I found it so interesting that the tarot apocalypses, I'm sorry guys, my throat is really bothering me right now. This is the only Queen of Swords I've ever seen where the illustration with the sword of truth pointing downwards, which when that happens, you know, in a tarot spread, it indicates lies and deception. And as if that's not enough, in her right hand, it's resting on a loom of spider, it's like a spider web loom, you know, as if to indicate a web of lies. And she looks pissed, you know, she almost has a pretty sinister look actually, but it's like she's really pissed. In other words, like I'm on to your lies, you know, I realize that you spun me up in this web of lies, and I'm ready to use this sword, essentially. You know, she looks like she's ready to hurt back. It's a really interesting illustration. I don't think it's gonna, you know, really get to that point. I just think that you're really standing in your power and knowing your value, your worth, and either they're gonna bring it to you, or it looks like you're very likely gonna be moving on. These are not compromising energies by any stretch of the imagination at all. These are, wrong card, sorry about that. These two. You know, these are two cards that speak of cutting through the BS because you have your full clarity. You know exactly what you want, Sag, and you're not going to settle for anything less. I'm going to go ahead though and get one more message for you here from the Wisdom of the House of the Night Oracle deck, and we'll see what else we can find out about this situation. Wisdom, advice, guidance for Sagittarius, please. One more message. One more message for Sag, please. Alright, so that one wants to come out. Okay, so your oracle card says High Priestess of Fire. Very nice. That's Queen of Wands energy all the way. Let's find out what it says about this. It says, my child, you have chosen the symbol of the vampire High Priestess of Fire, the goddess of creativity and passion. Whenever she arrives, she reminds you of your ability to create your own reality and to choose how you channel your energy. If you are restless, call upon the High Priestess of Fire for inspiration and joy, and she will release you from the trap of boredom. Fire brings warmth and light, but it also burns when it is allowed to get out of control. Spend your energy creatively, not impulsively, and guard yourself against burning out. Use your fire wisely and let your light shine brightly. Yes, I love that. So that is a beautiful nod from the universe encouraging you to stay in your power there, Sag. Work that magic that you have, that fire, and you will get what you want, whether it's with this person or someone else that's already at your level. And it did reference, if you're feeling restless, to channel that fire, channel that passion that you have. And that's such great advice too. I'm a fire sign as well, and I find that nothing is more cathartic, therapeutic, soothing to my soul than just diving into a creative project, when I'm feeling anxious or overwhelmed or burdened about anything. There's no better distraction than that, just diving into something that you feel passionate about. It's the best release from that mental anguish that you may be in. Channel it, channel all that beautiful, powerful energy of yours towards something that you love, something that's gonna give you a guaranteed positive return on your investment. I love that. That's beautiful. So those are all the messages that I have for you in this reading. I hope that they've given you some clarity, Sag, and I wish I would have had better news for you there on the outcome. But hopefully next week we'll find out some more positive news about your situation here. And until next time, though, thank you so much for your support.